Hi, Achala. Good afternoon. So, how was your lab? Okay. Perfect. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes to others to join, then we will start. Okay. Meanwhile, others are joining the call. Do you guys have any question related to previous modules we covered? Any question related to labs? Okay, guys, let's get started. So yesterday we covered uh, privileges and access rights, security groups, how we can create security groups in the Power Platform admin portal. So today we will start with the document and test your Power Apps application. So let's get started. You guys can see my screen, right? If anyone facing any issue, let me know. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay. Create plan for your testing. So let's get started. So these are the test plans that can be performed in the development cycle. So it's a good idea for testing your application before sending it out for the production environment. Okay, so first we have unit testing. So it is basically the smallest unit for testing all the modules of your application individually. Okay, and second one we have quality assurance testing. So this one also sometimes called as quality assurance testing, QA basically the short form we use for this testing. So this testing is often considered as a developer's job, but however this is not the case right now. As a Power Platform app maker, you can perform these tasks. You can check the quality of your application. Third one is performance testing, also referred as load testing. So in this testing, you have to provide load from different sources, from different channels. Okay, so let me give you one example. So let's suppose you are using your application and you have tested it correctly. It's working fine for you. But what will happen if hundreds of people are going to use that application? So to perform those kind of testing, we have different tools available in market that can be used, that can be utilized. So what they will do is they will create threads of user, and after creating those threads of users, they will start sending queries, start asking questions from your app, start performing actions on your app, and they will test if the app is performing correctly or not. They will if you have hosted reports on your Power App, and sometimes some users are facing no issue, sometimes users are facing a lot of issues. So this could happen due to the latency. So to test those stuff, to test the performance of your application, you have to put load on your application in terms of data, in terms of bandwidth, or in terms of user. So more the users will perform the testing simultaneously, it will test how the application is performing. Integration testing. So anybody would like to tell me what is integration testing? So basically, let me tell you, okay. So integration testing is, we have seen that unit testing in which we have, we tested all the modules, every single module separately. But integration testing in which we, test integration of the application with other application. Is it working fine with other applications or not? So if you have, you have connector from Salesforce, or you have connector from Dynamics 365 or SharePoint or any other data source. So you will test that this app is performing correctly with the other apps, or if you have hosted any other app within your current app, then you can test if it is working fine or not. So it is called integration testing. And last one, we have user acceptance testing. So once you have completed unit testing, quality assurance testing, performance testing, integration testing, you will tell your stakeholders or the people who are going to use the app that we have performed all the development related testing. Now could you please test your application and check if it is working perfectly or not as per the requirements. So user acceptance testing is basically a set of small group that will test application like a normal user, and based on their testing they will provide you feedback, and if it is working fine, then you can publish your app to the production environment for the larger audience. Okay, any question guys? So these are the testing plans basically that you can As you can see on my screen, environment, securities, dependencies, solution awareness, resources. So uh, uh, basically a testing plan is a very important scoping document in your or in your project or in your project plan to communicate what will be tested and necessary consideration for the success of your project. So the testing plan is designed to be carried out by the technical resources or to technical resources or from the Power App Maker developers only, so they can catch bugs, catch errors, catch uh, problems in your app, and that can be help you to save some trouble if you just providing demo to your client or your stakeholders, and they and when while providing the demo you see that some of the modules are not working. So it's always better to do proper testing and create proper testing plans and test all the modules from environment to resources, data, columns, tables. Everything should be, in proper shape into the right place. So these are the components of our test plan. So environment needs, feature test, testing items, testing schedules. So basically, a good test plan describes the intention and scope of testing, and it's guide the technical review, and it supports the rollout, how the testing will be carried out and how what modules will be covered. So as a good test plan, you should always perform this user acceptance testing. So by user acceptance testing, they will check as a normal user and as the users who are going to perform actions on a daily basis on your app. Okay, so some of these steps are for creating test plans is expected result, whether it will fail or pass, or it will who is testing it, what modules are testing notes, dependencies, what are the risks, and any notes you have related to the your testing, if any module is not working or any module is behaving weird and not performing as per the requirement or as per the expectation. So all things could be noted down and could be shared with the app makers so that they can work based on the feedbacks from the users who are going to do the testing. Performance optimization. So guys, this is very important topic. Okay, so as you are aware that we are we're working in a corporate world, and hundreds of users are going to work on your app, and they will be working simultaneously. So we have to make sure that all the users are performing their actions without any latency, and the user experience is very good, and no one is facing any kind of data load issue or any kind of a latency while fetching the reports. So since your reports can be reviewed by the senior stakeholders, and they, that will be blunder if they don't see the data in your app. So performance optimization is the topic which we are going to discuss. So when analyzing performance of a data burst, it is important to understand areas affecting the performance of an app. So once you start testing your application, so you can see what are the problems, what are the challenges in your app. So to avoid those challenges, you can do the modification, since we are already in a development phase, in a testing phase. So you can test which modules are not working fine and which modules there are latency while loading it in the app. So design of an app itself can greatly affect performance. So let's suppose if you have a if you have a model driven app, and in that app you have 20 columns, and all 20 columns are being shown in your model driven app. And there are like hundreds of line, thousands of line in that table. So if users are going to view that app, if users are going to perform any action on that app, there must be a latency in that app. To avoid this, what you can do is you can just load only the data, only the columns that are relevant to them and which are being performed as per the user access right. So in my screen, you can see full name, email, company. So if you see the company name is missing for most of the lines, and business number, maybe it's not required, company name is not required if you're working on a same company and there's a company column. So to avoid these kind of things, you can start working on your data first, and while working on your data, you make sure that all the data sources you have connected should be used within your app, and there should be a proper connection for that. Any question, guys? So only just the quick notes, essential information should be included, and no dependencies should be, make sure that you are using very less dependency from the other apps. So make sure everything in your solution. So to avoid any kind of downtime in other application or any other data source. Okay, so these are some features that are available in the Microsoft Dataverse. So when a user searches for a row within a view, Dataverse performs a query that searches only predefined columns. So you can add this feature, you can add find view column in every single table, every single column. If you want to add it into the into this list, then only it will be searching from that column. Data performance log. So we have this functionality in which you can track how your data is being performed, how is your data is performance, how is data is performing, and what are the key KPIs that is affecting your data, what are the columns that is taking more time to load, what are the visuals that are taking more time to load, and all kind of stuff you can analyze, and based on that you can work on the performance optimization of your app from the Dataverse. Analytics. So also we have this analytics feature, built-in feature available in Microsoft Power Platform Admin Center. So it will tell you about the details. Let me just show you about this. Okay. Let's just see admin. Okay, so guys, you see, this is we are in our admin portal. So on the left hand side, we have this analytics feature. So you can check which module, which section you want to analyze. So let's start with Dataverse. So you can see on my Dataverse, there are 5 active users, 187 APIs called, API pass result 100% execution, and in the bottom you can see the operations being performed, how many operations. So 32 is the maximum limit. So 32 operations performed on July 27, and 28 performed on 27 July 9 p.m. and you can see the active users. So Shenuka, MOD administrator system, BAP, CDS user management. So these are the things you can check, and you can check at what time there is a maximum load on your apps. So let's start with Power Automate. So we have this built-in dashboard, built-in visuals from the Power BI. So you don't have to do it anything, but you can change the filtration from here. So what time period you want to see, what you want to analyze. So I've selected 7 days only. So you can see I have cloud flows, I have desktop flows. All the details can be monitored here. As a system administrator, you should keep checking this data frequently so that you can see if where are the APIs are failing and where is the load is uh, crossing the threshold. All kind of stuff can be reviewed from this section. Since I don't have any desktop flows right now, so it is not showing me anything. But if I change the duration to 28 days, let's see if anything comes in up. See, okay, not Cloudflow, nothing. So I have not performed any activity in my desktop flows. That's why it is coming blank. Power Apps. So again, there are different uh, visuals available. So which application is used? So I'm using Mac uh, for developing apps. So it will tell me. So 7 times it's used from Mac, 2 times it's used from Windows. Okay, and here you can see usage, application launch count, apps admin daily usage. So this is how you can filter it again. You can check location, from which location users are accessing your application. If you have hosted any application for a global region, then you can see that only India. So these kind of things, this is very efficient, effective for testing your application and to track any uncommon activity within your app. And if you know that your users are from Sri Lanka only and from Malaysia only, but you see that in location there are something coming from the US, Canada, Australia, so that could trigger an alarm that who is using from that particular region. That is wrong. It could be an hacker. So all kind of things can be tested from here. Service performance testing, connectors. Okay. Okay guys, so this is how it is, and in Dataverse only you can check other details as well. Mailbox usage, active user, mode of access, entity usage, system jobs, all kind of stuff can be performed from here only. Okay, documentation. So we have covered the PowerPoint Admin Center. So documentation and the customer. So like guys, I've already told you that before creating anything, before committing anything to your stakeholders or to your clients, make sure you check with the IT team or you check with your teammates who are going to perform the application, who is going to develop the application. So and everything should be, well documented, and people should be, on the same page while developing or while, creating any application. So all the requirements that are you are taking, so you have to, build the definition that what are the requirement, what are the business processes that will be handled from this app, and who is going to consume those apps, and what is the SLA for the downtime, what would be the SLA for any modification, and what will be the cost associating with the changes that are being asked by the customer. Everything should be, communicated before, and it should be well documented. End user, internal marketing, all things should be, change log, that if there are going to be changes, how long will it take? If it's a global outage, then what should be the downtime for application? If it's related to a small bug, what should be the SLA for fixing that issue? For access related, how much time it will take to, add users to that list so that they can, start working on the app. Everything should be, written correctly, and in technical specification, you need to provide what should be the size of your database, that what should be the maximum capacity for your Dataverse environment, and which applications, which connectors are required to, build this app, and what licenses required to develop this app. So all kind of things should be, written in a proper, format, and as per your company's policies, and make sure that you are communicating correctly with your customer, and all the information that are being, requested by customer is handled in your documents. Okay guys, so guys, we have this integration of Dataverse for Teams. So anyone performed this task before? Okay, so as a normal user, or as any user, you can, integrate Power Apps Dataverse uh, in your Teams application, and you can even build application from your Teams directly. You don't have to, go to the uh, PowerPoint Power App Studio for developing the app. That will be created automatically for you within your Teams application. So you can, Microsoft Dataverse for Teams is a built-in low-code data platform for Microsoft Teams that lets user build custom apps, chatbots, flows by using Microsoft Power Apps, Microsoft Virtual Agents, and Power App Automate. Okay, so let me just give you the demo of this, how you can do it. So first, you need to go to teams.microsoft.com. You guys can test it from your environment as well, if your admin has given you sufficient privileges. So you can do it right now, you can test it. So first you need to do is you need to search for the app, Power App. Okay. So since I've already added this app and I've already bookmarked this app, basically I pinned this app within my ribbon. So it's already installed for me. But for a new user like you, you need to, add this within your Teams application. Okay. And I hope you guys know how to create teams in your Teams application. Okay. So from bottom, you can just create a team, create a new team. You can just type it. You can make the scope for the team, whether it will be it will be used by private, or it will be used by anyone. So you can select anything, public, You can select demo. So, okay, there's some technical glitch. Okay, no worries. I've already created one team for me. So this is my team that I have already created. So how you can, include, how you can, work from Dataverse from Teams. So when you create your environment for Microsoft Teams, this icon will appear. When you click on it, you have this option to start now. You can start building your app directly, or you can click on the right hand side and click on new plus new one. So for this, you need to select which team you want to develop this app for. So you cannot create a team that will be used by, for your individual. For that, you have to, add that tab in your app. I will tell you that as well. But for developing a team within Teams application, you need to select the team. So I can select anything like create. Okay, what is the problem? Not sure what is happening in my Teams application. Okay, so guys, if you click new, you can just add your application directly, or if you click on more, see more, you can see what built on your Teams Power App. So this is one team I have created. So I have created tables as well. So you can see the installed apps. You have not installed anything. So on the right hand side, you have this option to create app, to create chatbot, to create a card. Also, if you click here, see all, when you click on see all, you can see your Dataverse environment. So if you guys have worked on the Power App uh, portal, and you must have seen we have this similar environment available for us in Power Apps as well. So let me just show you, make. So you can just create apps from here, chatbots, cloud flows, tables. You can add tables like we did yesterday. You can add new tables. So if I go here, I just have to select table, display name, demo, and I can just save it. Within this table, I can add new columns, I can build relationships, I can create views, I can create columns, I can do anything like a Dataverse table can do. I can select display name, let's just put title, data type single text, required, not required, you have to just select it, save it. So this is it. This is how you can integrate Dataverse within your Teams app, and everything you are doing here would be available for you and for your users. You don't have to do anything here. Okay. So on this table as well, we have this manage permissions tab. You click on it and you can set the permission level for the users who are going to work on these tables, or who are in the part of this particular teams. So members can have full access, collaborator reference, private, none. So for guest, you can select what should be the access for guests, what owner should have all the access. So this is how you can, set the access level for the team members or for the guest members who are going to, use, can be added in your team. So this is how you can create your team. Apps, Dataverse. Also, you can build apps directly from this team. Let me just create Canvas app, form factor or table form factor. So there are two types of uh, layout that are available for the Canvas app. So we will discuss this in detail in the next section of this module. So let's just make it phone module. So once you click on that uh, layout, when you select the layout, it will redirect you to Power App Studio. So this is similar like the Power App Studio we have in the make.powerapps portal. It is completely same. There is no change. Every feature, every functionality would appear here, but only difference is that you are building it within the Teams app. We are using Teams for browser, and this is opened in within our Teams app only. So it will take some time. Meanwhile, let's just go back to the slides. So you can this is how you can add Power Apps. Dataverse, you can select manage permissions, how they are going to perform. Okay, so we have seen you can just use the templates that are available for you, like seen on the screen, from employee ideas, inspection, issue reporting. Okay, so guys, this is it. This is the end of this module, but it's still loading. Okay. Uh, okay, let it be. Let's start our next module. We should not waste our time. Any question in this one, guys? Any any topic you want me to cover? This was a very big topic. So from introduction to model driven app and Microsoft Dataverse, you have seen how you can create model driven app, how you can create tables, how can you create columns within your table, and the security rules we discussed, how you can create security rules, how you can add users in that security rule, and the documentation, how you can the details of every requirement from your client should be well documented, and people should be uh, every single detail should be written in your document so that there should be no surprises later. And we have discussed about the testing, unit testing, how we testing every single unit of the module of your app, every single module of your app, user acceptance testing, that we are sharing the app to the people who are going to use, but it's a smaller audience. Once they give you go ahead, you can publish it for the larger or broader audience of your organization or your client team. So this is it, guys. This is module 2, and if you have any question, please let me know. Okay, so no question, guys. So let's start with, just see if this is working. It's still loading. Okay, so let's start with our module 3, that is Canvas app. So create a model. Oh, sorry, this is not. Model driven app. Okay, this should be closed. Should be opened. Okay. So create a Canvas app in Power Apps. So this is the agenda. This is the modules that we are going to cover in this section. So get started with Power Apps, customize Canvas app, manage apps in Power Apps, navigation in Canvas app, how to build the UI in Canvas app, use and understand the controls in a Canvas app in Power Apps. So let's get started with our first lesson. Get started with Power Apps. So there are basically three ways to build an application from Power Apps. One is from template, second one is from data source, and from a blank canvas. Let me just show you in the portal itself. Let's keep going. So if I go on create, so you can see there is this option to create app, blank app, or if you can select the data source, you have more data sources available, or you can select from the templates. So if you want to build any standard solution, like if you want to build help desk related Canvas app, so we already have a template and you can utilize this application, this already this template to build your own application. So all you have to do is select your application and you can select demo, help desk demo, name of your app 27. You just create it and you can start working. So it will give you a kickstart for developing your application. So allow. So for this app, you need access to this Office 365 connector. So you need to allow it. Okay. So guys, this is our app. This is created in our environment, KM Practice. And if I click here, I can see how this app is working. I can test, login as a desktop user. My help desk ticket not started. I can create ticket demo. You can select category, priority high, low, medium. My laptop not working. You can create ticket. Okay, so I can see there is one ticket created by me. I can select log out. I can select login as a help desk user. I can see there is one ticket created by me. Login as a help desk admin. Your account does not have admin privileges. So this kind of modification can be performed by you. So this is how you can build app from our template. You can modify the app based on your requirement. Second, we have already seen blank app. You have to select blank canvas app, blank Dataverse app, blank website. So blank Dataverse app is basically the model driven app. Canvas app does not require Dataverse, so you can just select blank demo canvas. You can select the layout who are going to work on what is the major audience for this application and which device they are going to use. If they are going to use laptop and tablet, then you can select tablet. If they are most of the people going to use from phone, then you select phone. You just click on create. So it's a blank canvas app. There is nothing. There is one screen that is created, but in this screen there is nothing. So first you have to do is you have to start adding things in this app. Then you can you can add data sources from this ribbon. Okay. And third one we have is basically from the data. You can develop app from the data. So you can select more data sources. There are two connections created by me. One is DataWorks and second one is my SharePoint. So I want to create another connection. So let's just create OneDrive, OneDrive for business. So I'm creating this connection, create. So I've created this connection. Now I have two tables available in this application. If I go back, so there are two Excel files available in my OneDrive. One is book, second is flooring. So I just select flooring. I can select the table that is created within this flooring application, or if there are no tables, there will be list of tabs within your Excel file. So if there are 5 tabs in your basically the sheets that are worksheets are available would start reflecting it. Connect. So it will develop my application. It will take some time. So let's leave it there. Okay. So 3 ways: from a template, from a data source, from a blank canvas app. So you can design the layout if you want to work from a scratch. You don't have any data source. You are not sure what data source will be used in your app. You can go ahead with the blank canvas app. And if you see any template that is that will suffice your requirement, then you can kickstart from that template only. Create an app from a data source that we have seen that we have created an app using our OneDrive. Okay, so you can select. So this is created. Okay, so my app has been created. So you see automatically there are 3 screens. One is browse screen, second is detail screen, third is editor screen. So Power Apps automatically creates screen based on the data. It will create layout automatically for you. What layout will be selected for you automatically. No action is required. It is automatic. You can try it right away. You can, if you have some Excel file, if there is some data, all you have to do is you have to create a connection and you have to build this app. No development required. Only 2-3 steps. One, create connection, select file. Third, select worksheet. Then it will, your application is ready. You can test this application if you want. So all this flooring estimates. But if you want to edit things, you can do it. That's not a problem. So we have seen that there are three screens available for that flooring estimate. One is the home page, second one the detail page, third one is the edit page. Designing a Power App. As an app maker, before you begin building your Power App solution, it is recommended to go through a design process. So you need to take few things in consideration before developing your app. Okay, so how the look and feel for your application. So if you see on my screen, so this is my blank application, blank canvas app. But on the right hand side, you see that we are using these colors to colors to specify the progress of our service desk ticket. So there are 11 tickets, one new ticket. So it is very convenient for a layman, for a new user, for any user to identify the details of your app. And they have created this pretty library. This is pretty gallery for all the sections that are available on your screen. So all ticket, new ticket, ticket in progress, ticket on hold, ticket closed, everything is available. So business requirement, what should be the business requirement? What module should reflect on your screen? Second, offline mode. Third, data model, user experience, user interface, business logic, and the output. Okay, so these things should be considered before creating any application. So we have an exercise, create your first app in Power Apps. Okay, so you can do it later once we complete this module. Customize a Canvas app in Power App. So demo customize. So guys, you have seen that I have added this app in my Power App Studio. So this app has been created. But if I want to do some modification, customization in my app, how can I do it? So it's pretty simple. You can just select the layouts that are available. So on the left hand side, we have separators, we have next arrow, we have body. So guys, before creating any application, you guys should make sure that every element that are being used or that will be used in an application should have a proper nomenclature. So you should use your company's standard naming convention. Okay, so if there are some abbreviations used within your organization, you should consider them while creating your application so that the other developers, the other app makers would understand what is what. So if I see here, this is pretty self-explanatory that this is next arrow, this is separator, this is my body, this is my subtitle, this is my title. So I don't have to even look my app. What is this thing? All you have to do is select. You have to just see this is image. So you have to build your app in such a way that you collaborate with other teammates, and if you move to a different project and if you want to hand over this project to the people who are going to do the maintenance of this application, so they won't face difficulty in understanding the modules, the understanding the components that are being used in your application. So first, standardize the nomenclature of your app. Okay, so in this we have three screens: browse screen, detail screen, edit screen. So based on my requirement, I can do changes in this application. I can change the color of this separator to, let's just do it green. That thing is happening. Okay, sorry. Bottom. So you see the color has been changed to green. I just have to select. You can select directly from this app, or you can just select from here. If you find it difficulty to select and there is very small text, so make sure that you select directly from here, or you can select from the app itself. And in the bottom we have this option to adjust the size of your screen so that you can work, if you're working on this particular tab or particular section, so that you can maximize it, or you can just start working on it. So if this is my one text, I can change the layout how it would look. So you can customize your app based on your requirement, based on your company's policies, company's theme. So you see, this is very amazing application that is created automatically. We have not done anything yet in this application. We have this search item option available. We have this refresh button, we have this sorting option available, we have this add button, so we can add new estimate for any uh, new floor estimate. If I click here, it will create a form. Okay, and we can select category. I can just put anything, demo. I can add image. It will ask me for an image. I can select any image. I can select the demo price. I can put 100. So once you add anything here, since this is a live connection, this is directly connected to the OneDrive file. So all the changes, all the things you are doing in this application would automatically reflect in your OneDrive. So I have added this one entry here. Okay. So if I go on my files, if I select floor estimates, and if I open this, reflect in the underlying data source. If I can even delete this line item, I can modify it, just delete it. I can sort everything. I can search, even I can search. Let's just search anything. So see, it is coming now. I can see demo is missing. Nothing is there. So this is very important. This is very convenient feature that is available in Power Apps. You don't have to, worry about development. Everything is created itself for you, and you can modify based on your requirement. You can add, you can change the alignment if you want to change it. If you want to move it here, if you want to put anything, any screen here, you can replicate screens. Everything is possible from this page. Okay. So there are controls available in your app that can be added in your application, and after adding you can use them within your application. So we have this layout called uh, gallery layout. So layout containers that hold a set of controls. So how your app would look like. So if you see my browser, browse gallery, so in which I have selected this gallery. This is complete gallery. So it is basically a mobile view, and in which we have showing the list. Let me just create one screen for you. Okay. So this is my screen. So on the insert item, we have different options available. Label, if you want to add any label here, you just create a label. You can do it, you can drag and drop, or you can just, if you want to do it, you can do it from here as well. You can change the position to 650. You can select position. So I have selected 100. It will move to right. If I change the y-axis to 500, it will move my label in the bottom. So in this, you can mark it. Okay, you can select the alignment. You can select the type, bold. You can select the color. Now you have created this label. What is this? I should change this name of the screen. I should rename it configuration. This label. You can just name it rename it to title. Okay, so I've added this title. Now I will add a library that how my data would look like. So click here, gallery. You can select the layout for your gallery. Vertical, horizontal, flexible height. So I'll select the vertical library. And when you select a library, it will ask you for a data source. What items would reflect in your library? If you have different data sources in your app, then all those things will show here. Since I have already only one, I'll just select this one. Okay, so my library has been selected. Is the tab index. You can change the display mode, added, view, disabled. So you see this is disabled. This is disabled view. Okay, this is view, this is disabled. You can disable the view of your library and you can add more details here. You can add input, you can add search box, you can add button, you can add text box, you can add button. You can add text input here. You change it to search. Just select gallery. Okay. So on the top you can add buttons here. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Icons. You can add plus icon. You can change the color of this one. Sorry. So guys, this is how you can design your app, and after designing your app, you can just save it. Any question in this one, guys? You can select the layout. You can select what information would reflect in your layout. So I can see that here image, name, subtitle, layout, layout, data, name, category. Any question in this one, guys? So we have seen how we can add galleries. We can add forms. We can add forms from here. Display form, edit form. We can add image. We can add camera. We can add camera button to create, to add things from the library. Okay. So these kind of things can be performed by make your app more convenient. Charts, you can add charts. You can embed Power BI visuals in your Power Apps as well. We will discuss this in later section. So scenes and controls, we have seen that. Browse gallery, we have seen that how we can uh, change the layout, how we can change the different things. Next arrow, icon button, all those things we have added. Edit form, what information would reflect in the form. So this is my edit screen. So let's just explore edit screen. So in this edit form, I have fields that are required to fill the form. So there are 4 fields that are being added in this form. You can edit fields from here as well. You can add more fields from here. So no fields found. So only there were only 4 fields that are all, those are the added. You can remove, if you want to remove any field, you just remove it, and once you remove it, it will just go out from your phone. And just play it. You see that option is disabled now. It's gone now. I can do what? I can just go to edit form. I can go to edit fields. I can add field. I can add overview. I can select add, and I can change the position for this. The overview would come before the price. So this is how you can add forms in your app, and we have these icons available. If you click Alt and you can do it directly. You don't have to preview of the app every single time. So if you just press Alt and click on the icon, it will just create that thing for you. So this is the edit form data cards, or the data card data cards are basically the fields that are available in your table that can be added to your forms for edit for adjusting the value, for changing the value. Okay, so we have this exercise to build the function for app, manage version management, sharing apps with others, managing environment. So guys, I've told you yesterday as well that you can so let me just save this app. So my app has been saved, and if you click here, share icon, you can share it with the people within your organization. So this app is not shared with anyone right now. Let me just put Malki. So now this has been created, and I am giving her permission for these two files, Excel and OneDrive for Business. Share. Now Malki would receive a mail that this app has been shared by her and she is being added. This is how you can share your app. And second, you can see the versions, all the versions created for your app. So currently there is only one version. Okay, let's just create another version for this app. Okay, so I have this configuration. Okay, so you can just create a copy of the screen and you can just rename it anything, rename test. So I have created this version for my app. I'll just go and I'll just save it. Now if I click on see all versions, so there are two versions created for me and this is the live version. I can change it any point of time. Okay, I can restore, I can publish this version, I can delete this version, I can delete this version. So my this version will become my live version, my active version. So this is how you can work on the sharing capabilities and version control capabilities available for you. This is not available in model driven app. Okay, you can export this app. You can export this app demo 27 and you just export. So my this demo app package has been created and I can use any environment to publish, to install this app. If I go in apps, if I click on import Canvas app, upload, can you see demo app? Yeah, it's there. It's there. Open. So this way you can publish, develop your app in your testing environment or in your development environment, and you can export it to your different environments, your production environment or any other environment. Okay, so it is giving me one error that the app or flow already exists in the environment and will be updated when this package is imported. So it will be imported as a new application in my default Contoso environment. So version management, sharing apps with other users, managing environments, we just covered. Any question in this one, guys? Sharing apps in Power Apps, understand environments, navigation in Canvas app in Power Apps. Okay. So this is also very important topic. So in Canvas app you have multiple screens, so it is essential to understand how to implement the navigate function in your app. So this navigate functions allow users to move or navigate from one screen to another screen within the app. So if you see my example, let me just show you this example. So I have this app. Okay, let me just click on this screen. I play this icon. So I have this navigation icon. So where it is taking me, it is taking me to this page. And on the top, we have this button. It is taking me back to the browse screen button. And this is taking me to this page. Let's see how this is working. So if I click on this icon, what is the action here? Navigate, browse screen 1, screen transition to none. So what is it is doing? It is navigating back to browse screen 1 and transaction it is selecting none. Let me just change it to something else. Let me just change it to fade. Okay, so let's see how it will work now. Okay, so this is how you can change the navigation setting. You can see we are just moving from one page to another page, and in this one on select parent and select parent, that is your view in details. Tooltip, view in details, all these things can be editable. So guys, like I told you that for developing the Power App or model driven app, Canvas app, you don't need a background of coding. All you have to do is you just understand the basic functionality. So all these functions that we are performing here can be can be copied from this page to another point. So I have selected on select parent. So I can just copy it, I can just paste it. Let me just create a copy of it first. Okay, so I have this plus icon. Okay, so what it is doing is it is taking me to new form. Okay, so I have copied it on select new form, edit form 1, navigate, edit screen 1. Let's go to the page that we have created. So on this plus icon, currently we don't have any function. So let me just paste it here. Okay, now what it will do is, let's see it itself. When I click on this function, now it will take me to this page. So this is how you can use this navigation thing, and this is how you can use the formulas that are already available for you, and there is nothing is hidden for you. Everything is available for you. What is what? Everything is available for you. What this function is doing. But if I go back here, what this icon is doing, update context, sort descending order, what it will do, refresh floor estimates. So all I have to do is I'll have to just click here in my configuration. I can just paste it here. I can just align. Done. That's it. Done. I can type reload. What it is doing is go to advanced, see on select. This is on select function. So when you select on it, it will refresh floor estimate. So it will refresh the OneDrive Excel file when we do a refresh. Just click on it, it will just refresh it. You see this is change icon, refreshing buttons coming. If there is no change, that's why nothing is coming up. Okay, so navigation will help you to navigate from one screen to another. So with this formula, when you select on it, it will just navigate to screen 2 and screen transition. Screen transition specify which screen transition effect, if any, should be used in the app to navigate. So you can provide transition type from one screen to another. Since our app is very fast, sorry. Since there is no data in our app, the transition feature will not show us. But if you have a lot of data, then this transition features will start working for you. So these are the transition types available: cover, fade, none, uncover. The none screen slides into the view covering the current screen. Old screen fades away to reveal the new screen. Old screen is quickly replaced with the new screen. Old screen slides out of the view, uncovering the new screen. So these are the transition types that are available for you within the function when you are doing navigation. So we have also the button. Okay. So you can use back buttons as well. Let me just go to my screen, edit screen. Okay. So we have this icon. So what this is doing is it is sending me back reset form and back button. Or you can just add anything anywhere within my app. Okay, so let's just go back to the configuration app. And so you can add back button on any point, any icon. So if I click here and if I add input, icon. Where is that icon? Sorry, this is check button. Sorry, it is. So I have added this cross icon, and if I put back here, back function. But what should be the output, guys? It takes me to the previous screen of this app. If I go back here, if I preview, if I go back, it will take me to this page. So this is how you can use navigate and back function. Hidden screen allow to creator of the app to add screens but not give users to access of those screens. So we have seen, guys, this screen. So we have created this configuration screen. So from all these above three screen, browse screen, detail screen, edit screen, there is no way we can jump from these three screen to configuration screen. Okay, so as a user, what you can do is you can create screens that will help your users to understand details of your app. You can add text input, okay, and you can just add some details here. App created by Khwaja. Something like this can be added so that people will understand who created this app. So basically your developer would have access to this one. But as a normal user, if you publish this app, they will not be able to navigate to that screen. They can go from this screen to edit screen, but that fourth screen that we have created, they don't have access to it. So it's a pretty great idea, pretty great option to create screens that will help you to provides note, provide documentation, screen settings, special permissions if there is any logic that are being used within your app, all kind of stuff you can perform within that hidden screen. So like I've added this notes app created by Khwaja, and I can provide more details here if I want, but that's enough for now. So documentation screen, settings screen, special permission screen, all those things can be provided by you. Use back button and navigate function. We have seen that, where you can exercise use navigate function. How to build the UI in Canvas app. So you can use themes to quickly change the appearance of your app. So if there is any theme that is matching with your company's or your organization's theme, then you can use it directly. So let me just show you. So if I go in this screen, you can see there are different options available. Okay, so I click on home, and if I click on theme, okay. So guys, you see there are different themes available, and you can use any theme for your organization. Let me just change this one. So my screen has been changed. All the changes would reflect in all the pages of all the screens of your app. Everything would reflect it. So this is how you can change theme within your app. You can change themes based on the data set. If you want to use light, coral, red, plenty of themes are available, and you can modify it by like a normal theme. You can change what you if you want to change anything. If you want to change the color to blue, you want to change it to green. So all the changes can be done by you. This is, you can just change it to dark blue. Okay. Also, you can select details like how your border would reflect. So I can select my border would look like dashed. What should be the color of my border? Let me just select blue so that you guys can see it. Let's just use red. Okay. So I've selected my border style like dotted lines with the width 4. Let's see what will happen. You see, the lines are darker now. You can just change it to 40. So you can adjust border of your uh, app elements. This is cross icon. In this as well, you can select your border if you want to show any border. Color, I'm selecting. You can select hover property here if you want. Hover, when you do a hover, what should be the color? You can change it to, so when somebody is doing hovering on it, it will change the color to this. See, this is hover property. And third one, we have this disabled color. Disabled color, you can select white, and when you select it, display mode, if we disable it, you see it change the color to white. This is how you can, change, manipulate things within your app. You can play around, and some settings are created by your theme only. So if I insert, sorry, button. Insert. Okay. So I've selected this date picker input. Okay, but if you see, it is showing me gray color because I've selected my theme as gray. So these things can be modified. You cannot modify it because it is coming from the uh, from your app only. So what you can do is you can just change your theme. Just change my theme. Now if I play, it will just change the theme color. So it is now showing me color like this one. Blue color changed from gray. And icons, we have seen that we have different icons available: add, cancel badge, added, check, search, filter, flat filter, different types of filters available. We want to filter. So once you add anything here, you need to assign a function that what should be the on select property. When somebody is selecting it, currently it's false. If I make it back, if I make it navigate, and I provide screen, browse gallery 1, screen transition to run. Okay, so I have selected this icon. Let me just change its color. And I have assigned a function here. So if I click here, it will take me back to this screen. Also, we have this option of media. So in media, let me just use this one. So in media, we have different options: image, 3D object, camera, measuring camera, barcode scanner, video, if you want to add any video in this. Okay. So you can add video. Select a property. You can add microphone. You can add pictures, multiple pictures if you want to add. Tap or click to add a picture. My video will be played. And this one, if you want to add anything here, if you select click. So guys, you can play around with different options available for you. Okay, transparency, you can change how this would look like. Everything can be updated by you. Okay, so we have seen themes, how you can work with themes. We have seen branding controls, typical property, border color, border style, color and fill, disable property, what will be happen, hover property. So these are just some of the properties you can modify, and each control will have different properties available. And we have seen some color settings are only controlled by the theme. We have seen this date picker input, and we have seen icons, and how we can define a function on your icon. Images, you have seen that how we can just add images, the name of the image, appearance of the image position, if you want to change the size of your image, if you want to stretch it. Okay, if you want to do other stuff with your image, change picture text, display mode added, view disabled, all kind of stuff can be done by you. Tooltip if you want to add. So you can add tooltip on your picture. So if you click on it, it will provide you information about your picture. So this is test. If I click again, it will just show me the text. Personalization. So guys, we have these functions available. User function that will provide the information of the user who logged into your application. So that way his detail can be captured, and that will make your app dynamic. Okay. So let me just show you how we can do it. User, okay. What is this icon? Okay. So guys, I have selected this text box, and I'm providing the default text for this one. So this way your user will be able to see who logged into your system. If you want to change it to your full name, you can change the function name to full, and you just see full name. MOD administrator. So I'm logged in as a MOD administrator. I can just click go here. Okay, I can change the properties. So my name is quite bigger. That's why I won't be able to manage it, but what I can do is I can just do it like this. Just okay, this is just a demo, guys, so please don't take it seriously. So this is my user who logged into my app, so his details can be seen like any other app. If you go click on account, the user details will pop out. These kind of details can be seen by you. You can add those by adding it a text box, and by default you can select user full name, user email address, or user image if you have any. But since it's a different thing, nothing would show here. See, since it's a different thing. Okay, so we discussed this already. So, so it's very important to design your app for the primary devices that it will be used on. So there are two layout available for you. One is form factor, and second one is tablet form factor. So the only difference you could see in these two layouts is this screen size. We all aware that tablet size is significantly bigger than the mobile phone, so you will get more area to build your app. But all the features, all the functionality of Power Studio would remain same. There will be no change when you are developing the application. Only the screen size would change. Okay, phone form factor has a very smaller size, small area to build your app, but tablet form factor will have the bigger size area. So you make sure that what should be the major devices, what should be the primary devices on which your app will be played. So if your app will be played on desktops, laptops, or tablets, then you should go ahead with the laptop, because it will give you more options, more more functionality to add, more flexibility to add and design your app, because the screen size is significantly bigger. Okay, so when you select phone or phone tablet factor, there are some options available for you. If you want to use a default size for your screen, that is 16:9 ratio. If you want to use Surface Pro, that is 3:2 ratio, 16:10, 4:3, iPad custom. So these are the flexibility available for you to develop a Canvas tablet application, tablet form factor. Okay, so we have seen label. So these are the some of the text controls that are available. Text input I have seen. HTML control not only shows the, so label shows the data that you specify as a literal string of a text, which appears exactly the way you type it, or as a formula that evaluates to a string of a text. So label is similarly like this one only. So let me just show you. Let me just add one label. So this is label, and in this, let me just one select text. So this is how label works. It is similar like text box, but it will take formulas, it will take information like this one. We have HTML text box, we have HTML, we have rich text editor control, provide the app user what you see is what you get, editing area for formatting text. You can format the text area. Pen input control, in which the user can draw, erase and highlight areas of an image. We have pen input as well available for you. Pen input available. So if I go here and if I play this, I can just start playing here. I can just write down anything. and that will be saved. So it is more like a whiteboard for you. Roles we have seen. Pre-populated values, drop down, combo box, list box, checkbox, radio. So these are the values that are available for you for the input. Text box, list box, text box, radio, toggle. So these are all input elements that are available for you that can be incorporated in your app, and that can be utilized by you in preparing or creating a great user experience. So drop down helps conserve screen real estate. The control takes up only one line unless the user selects the chevron to reveal more choices. It can show a maximum of 500 items. And combo box allow you to search for an item. You will see, you will select. The search is performed on the server on the search field property, so performance is not affected by very large data source. List box always show all available choices, unlike drop down, and in which the user can choose more than one item at a time, unlike a radio control. So checkbox again control that the user can select or clear to set its value to true or false. The user can specify a boolean value by using the familiar control. So these are the available buttons you must have seen by filling the form that can be incorporated by you. So it's up to you how you want to incorporate. On select property, you can select item, none. You can select category. Okay, so if I just click here, I can select my different categories available. This is how you can create that drop down. So we have another controls available. Slider, if you are doing any analysis and you want to change year, if you want to change the frequency, if you want to change the interval, then you can use slider. And if you want to rate your user experience, your app experience, and you want to, there is a feedback form in which you want to add this rating feature, that you can just add it in your form. Toggle, timer, button. So these are different but other controls available for you. So based on your requirement, you can select any of them. So when you perform the lab today, you will be able to see all these features for you, and you will be working on this one. Media controls, we have seen how we can add video, how we can add audio, camera. If you have a field engineers that will take images of your site, or if they take images of the location of the product or any other thing. So you can just add a camera feature within your app, and that will help your users to capture images, and that images will be stored back to your database. Barcode scanner, if you have products that contain some barcode and your user want to see details when if they're on a field, and they want to see the details, all they have to do is just scan the barcode, and the details will be fetched out from the database, because that database would have information related to that barcode if it is part of your company's product. Microphone, you can by microphone you can control allow apps user to roll sounds from their devices as long as the device has a microphone accessible. Add picture, we have seen we can add pictures that will be saved back to your gallery, and that will be back to saved to your database for further analysis or further investigation. Add media to an app, we have seen that we can add media, and using app checker. So guys, this is very important feature that is available for you. So before running your app, before deploying your app, you should always check this app checker. So it will check all the modules of your app, and it will tell you if there are any warning or any errors are available in your app. So to avoid any downtime or to avoid any data unavailability, so you can see the details from the app checker. It will show you that there are some errors in your app. If there is any problem in your app, that will be shown in your app checker. So this tool also find potential accessibility issues and explain why each might be a potential problem. So if you have some data sources and your users don't have permissions, all kind of stuff, it will provide you when you do it on your real-time experiment, real-time application. Variables, you can set variables that can be used within your application. So like this one, you can set current name to Julie primary function, context variable that will be screen scope that will not work on a different screen. So it is more like within your screen only, it will work within your screen only. Collection, iFight scope, tables only. Primary function, collect, clear, collect, update, remove, can be saved to the local drive with save data option. So we have this component available. So reusable building blocks can be used multiple times, custom properties, define interface with hosting screen, import and export components. So these are the components tab. You can add components in your app if you have any. Okay, that can be inserted in your app, that can be exported from your app. Create component. So this is how you can create component by clicking on here, and you can provide details, access app scope if you want to show it. Let me just remove it. Advanced, you can provide reset, you can provide other details. Offline capable canvas app. Load data and save data combined to form a simple mechanism to store small amounts of data on a local drive. By using this function, you can add simple offline capabilities to your app. So guys, if you have some devices that are controlled by your organization, by organization I mean that these functions are limited by the amount of available app memory, because they operate on a in-memory collection. So your devices don't have sufficient mobile data and they are not connected to the internet. What these function will do is it will store the information, it will store the images, it will store all that information within your device, and once you are back online, your device is connected to your VPN of your devices, have access to the internet, it will load back that data, it will just import that data back to your database. So this is a very great function that will available in Power Apps, that is offline capabilities for your Canvas app. So there is some limitations. So generally 30-70 megabyte of available memory is available. So this function also don't automatically resolve merge conflicts. So let's suppose you have added something in your application, okay, and somebody else also worked on that particular row, and once you are back online, it will not check if somebody already written that data, and it will not fix that, it will not give any kind of warning, and once you are online, it will just erase the data that is already available in your database. So this does not automatically resolve merge conflict when a device comes online. So configurations on what data is saved and how to handle reconnection is up to the maker when writing expressions. Okay guys, any question guys in this one? Okay, okay, wonderful. No question. Let's just go back to the, it's still loading. I think some issue here. No problem. Also, guys, if you want, okay, so this is, I think this is it. Okay, so you have to provide your app name test. Also, guys, if you want to add your app within your Teams app, so that is also very easy. That can be done by you. Okay, so I have this app demo 27 Canvas app. Let me just delete some stuff. Okay, so I have this app. Let me just save it. Okay. So guys, this screen has been loaded of the one which I was demonstrating earlier. So how you can create Power Apps directly from Teams. So it will ask you for two options, with data, with layout. So you can select with data and it will show you the data available for you. And I will just select the data, and the process is similar like you are developing in Power App Studio. Okay, so this is how you can add your app. You can create app directly from the Teams application. Also, if you want to add any app to your Teams channel, so you can just select that app and click on Add to Teams. So you can just click Add to Teams, open Microsoft Pencil, choose Gravis. This app cannot be found.